The purpose of a pilot is to get an audience hooked and create in them the desire to see more of the story. In this regard, the first episode of Life is Strange, a new game from French studio Dontnod and Publisher Square Enix, succeeds. This is a point-and-click adventure game in a manner similar to that of Telltale's The Walking Dead. It's the story of a high school girl, Max, who returns to her hometown Arcadia after having been away from her old life and childhood best friend Chloe for 5 years. This situation is further complicated when she discovers she has the ability to go back in time a few moments and change the outcome of events she's witnessed. Her relationship with other characters from her old and new life, the possibility of there being some dark secrets hidden within the quiet-looking town of Arcadia, and Max having to live with her new powers are the primary focus of the story. And yeah, Life is Strange is overall a game about story and characters. The game allows the player to make choices at many points in the game, all of which have an immediate or future impact on events and relationships with other characters. The interactions between Max and other characters can vary significantly based on these decisions, and the game does a great job of not portraying any of the choices as right or wrong, making you wonder many times whether the other choice wasn't in fact the better one. And the amount of effort put in by the developers to establish the personalities of the various high school students is astonishing. Outside of the two leading ladies, I found myself interested in the potential stories and mysteries held by some of the secondary characters. In particular, a mysterious troubled girl named Kate and a hot-tempered rich boy called Nathan. However, overall, the best was saved for Max and Chloe. The layout of their rooms, choice in music, clothing and dialogue were given so much attention that it's pretty hard not to complete the episode without having a pretty good idea who they are as people. Max's passion for photography in particular is given a lot of attention in this episode. Now the graphics in this game have to be addressed on two fronts, lighting and character models. The lighting effects in the game are fantastic. The lighting system casts beautiful rays of light that are pleasing to those who like their games pretty. The character models, on the other hand, could have been better. Now, from a gameplay perspective, there sadly isn't a lot to talk about. It's a point-and-click game. On a negative note though, this game barely challenges the player at any point, and it's difficult to tell if this is done purposefully to let the narrative shine, but either way, a little more challenge would have been appreciated. The area of the game that I think suffered the most is lip sync. Nearly all the lip sync in this game is off, and it seems to have fallen to the layout team to hide this defect through clever positioning of the camera. However, for a game with so much dialogue, this is very hard to overlook. So, when it comes down to whether or not you'll appreciate the game, I think you'll appreciate this game if you love deep narratives and fleshed out characters. You can live with games that don't look like Crysis 4, you don't mind slow build up to your stories, you don't mind short games, or you're a fan of indie games. On the other hand, you're less likely to enjoy it if you only tolerate AAA style presentation, you like your games to feel more like actual games and not movies, you prefer faster gameplay, aren't a fan of episodic content, or have something against teenagers. But all in all, the first episode of Life is Strange is an experience that I greatly enjoyed, as I value story and character depth above all other elements in any product, game or otherwise. So in my opinion, this game is great not because it feels like a movie, but because it feels like a good movie. I find it easier to care about the events happening to any character after I've gotten to know them, and in this regard, this episode does a pretty good job.